Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to our
Hi.
many years of Chosen Family streams. I forget which year, how many years it's been, but it's been a while. And I was here last year too. So if you've been here for the last 2 years, hi again. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a very exciting stream. I am really thrilled to be blessed to be with these wonderful ladies today. So for those of you who are new here and maybe haven't been before, this is the Chosen Family stream for It Gets Better. It Gets Better is a global non-profit dedicated to uplifting, empowering, and connecting LGBTQ plus youth. And today it is celebrating the importance of Chosen Family for its fifth year to provide a fun space for LGBTQ plus youth to celebrate with us. Today's Chosen Family stream has been made possible with the very generous ongoing support of sponsors like Elf Cosmetics and Zenny Optical, both of which have made donations for It Gets Better this Pride season. For those watching that have never tuned into our Chosen Family stream before, our goal is to come together to celebrate the joy of Pride, especially with how challenging this year has been politically for LGBTQ plus folks. We're hoping this stream is a chance to connect with others, whether it's with me or other creators or all of you in the chat as well, and feel a little bit more energized by celebrating together. I am here with Elf Cosmetics, and later our charity creators will be joining me as well for chats and gift openings. So I'm going to hand over to Anna to tell you a little bit about Elf Cosmetics and the amazing work
Yes,
they do supporting It Gets Better.
absolutely. Hello, welcome everybody, and hi to our LFU fam that's tuning in right now. My name is Anna, also known as No BS with Anna. I am the gamer in chief for Elf Cosmetics. I've been with the company 8.5 years, and we started the journey in gaming to uplift and support women, allies, and the underrepresented, and it actually has been a great partnership with It Gets Better. We're here today to celebrate Pride, but we just want to mention that Pride is every day, and we work with It Gets Better 365 days a year. So we've been working with you guys for 5 years now, and started with you guys in, I think it was 2020, and we love how like-minded they are to Elf. Again, it's about, we're committed to encouraging self-expression and empowering others, and especially our LGBTQI and youth. So we're so excited to be here today to have some fun, celebrate Pride, do some giveaways, and do a little get ready with me, with you guys, with some Elf products. But we also brought along, we have our very own ambassador as well. We partnered with Padia Gaming as well, and she is an ambassador to both Padia Gaming and now an Elf ambassador. I'm going to introduce Steph Sanyati. Go ahead.
Thank you, Anna. I'm so happy to be here alongside Anna and B. Oh my goodness, we met like I don't know, like a week ago at this point, and I'm just so thrilled to be alongside you again here. Hi, if you don't know me, friends, my name is Steph Sanyati. I'm a beauty and gaming content creator and a transgender advocate. I've been creating content for 15 years. I'm a makeup artist as well. I'm a big gamer, and my whole thing is creating an environment alongside Elf and with Padia of support, inclusivity, and kindness in the gaming space. And it's been really, really thrilling working with Elf Cosmetics to do that, along and as well as It Gets Better. I think we've touched base with each other a couple times over the years, as far as I go, and it's always, always, always so nice and fulfilling to work with such a prolific and important organization, doing such important work. So thank you for having me, and I can't wait to be a part of this show with you.
Thank you for being here, and thank you guys so much for
Mhm.
talking through that. I'm so excited. I hope you are as well. So, guys, today we are going to complete our looks using some incredible
Yes.
products from Elf Cosmetics. I have been sent an amazing box of things that I'm going to be opening as well and talking about. Do you guys want to tell me a little bit about what your makeup looks are gonna look like today?
Ooh. Well, I was feeling very inspired by I gotta rep the trans community. I have to rep the dolls. So I was gonna go for a blue and a pink look on the eyes. I was gonna lean in there with some shimmer and some fun blue and pink trans flag inspired look. That's where I was going. What about you, Anna?
I am a glam girly, so I'm probably gonna go with like the more nudier colors, and
Mm,
then do a pop of color. So
nice.
my bright blue, I'm gonna put it somewhere. So for those of us that are scared or new to makeup, it's gonna be more approachable, especially with vibrant colors that you can just use a little pop of color without being out of your comfort zone. So that's the route I'm taking today.
That's
Stunning.
lovely. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna get the purples. I'm gonna get the blues. I'm gonna
Yes.
try at least. I don't. My people who watch me a lot will know I don't tend to do a lot of eyeshadow because I'm a bit nervous that it's gonna look a bit silly. But
I
maybe
love
that's a good
this.
thing because then we're learning together. I'm gonna be doing it at the
Yes.
same
Yeah.
time as you. Shall I, while you guys prep whatever you need to prep, shall I open this? I'm really excited
You
to
should,
open this.
yes.
Sure.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let me open it up. Well, first things first, I did need a new brush. So I mean, oh, it's
This
double-ended too.
Oh yes, we love our
Mm.
Versatile.
double-ended
We
brushes.
love
I
Yes,
being
think that's one of Anna's
versatile.
favorites.
Love
it
that.
is.
Beautiful. I also have I love like how kind you guys have been by giving me 3 concealers. Like, because I mean I'm a pale girly. Like we all can see. Like, some days I wake up and I do look like a sheet of paper, but some days, the sun blesses
Stop.
me and I need a little bit darker, so thank you. I
We
also
wanted to
I
make sure
am
you had something.
well, trust me, like I mean with the suitcases I'm carrying under my eyes, I'm gonna need it. I also have this amazing blush, guys. I'm so excited to use this because I mean, I,
Oh.
when I first started transitioning, I always remember my mom said to me, everybody has like their thing with makeup. Like everyone has like their individual thing that they like to focus on. And my mom was like, yours is definitely blush. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And she's like, your blush is always popping. So I'm
Blush
excited.
blindness is a
Mm.
thing.
Yes, I'm excited to use that. I also have this beautiful highlighting brush. This is going to be nice. It's going to make me shimmer. So excited to use
Ooh.
that. And I do also have, oh my gosh, let me open the bubble wrap. And I'm so sad because we don't have enough time for me to play with the bubble wrap today. But
You're so
I'm
funny.
gonna be
Um,
playing with the bubble wrap later, guys. Do have 2 gorgeous Halo Glow liquid filter
Yes.
foundations. I love
yes.
these. These are so beautiful. Oh my gosh, this already looks so radiant in the bottle. I'm so
It's
excited.
excellent.
I am so
It's a
excited.
very beautiful product
Yes,
for
it's one
sure.
of our top selling franchises, and it's really a great entry point to makeup for those that might be a little scared in putting too much foundation or makeup on. This is actually gonna give you a boost of glow to your complexion. So you
Nice.
can add it as
Sweet.
is, or I mean, you can have it as is, or you can add it to your foundation. You can use it as highlighter, wherever you want a little bit more radiance to your skin. So that one, it's very flexible in shades. So if you're unsure, if you look at the bottle, you're like, it looks close to me. It'll blend. It'll
I'm
blend.
excited. Honestly, I'm gonna do exactly what you just said. I'm gonna use it as a highlighter.
There
I'm
you
Excellent.
not
go.
wearing any yet, so I need a little bit of glow, I feel like. That'll be nice.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Yes.
I always use that
Alrighty.
liquid filter across here to get some glow on the chest for the outfit, right? A compliment, like to make it work
No.
together. It's so versatile. It's
That is
excellent.
such a good idea. Perfect. Okay, I'm opening
Yes.
my
Okay.
little brush up and
Let's
then
go.
we'll ask some
I'm gonna start.
questions.
You're doing complexion. I like to
Mm-hmm.
start with skin. I do have complexion on already because I was in meetings all day today already. But I'm gonna start with my eyes while
Nice.
you guys get started.
Me
Let's go.
too. I do have complexion on as well. Before I talk about what I'm starting with, though, Nova Jones just went in with gift subs
Yes.
to It Gets
Jeez,
Better.
yes. W's in the chat for Nova Jones. Thank you so much for
Thank you, Nova Jones.
that. Yes. Gifted subs to It Gets Better.
Absolutely. I'm starting with eyes as well, just like Anna. And y'all know if you've been to, I know we got It Gets Better in here. We got a lot of communities coming together, but the LFU community knows that we always start with the Lock It Down eyeshadow primer when we're doing eye looks because this thing
Yes.
creates the perfect canvas, especially for going high color.
Beautiful.
It helps create a true to pan color, so it looks more like it does in the eyeshadow palette, and it keeps it in place longer as well. So durability and saturation.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, and it's perfect too because I assume it will reduce how much you end up flaking off onto your cheek. Because I don't know if this happens to you,
Yes.
but my eyeshadow sometimes if I don't use a primer or something first. Gets all over my nose.
It's dusty.
It's
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
dusty.
absolutely. So definitely the primer can help with that because it works like it'll almost suck
A
the makeup onto
gripping.
the skin. Yeah,
Yeah.
gripping. But as well, I find I always aggressively tap my brushes off, and sometimes that saves me as well. Because fallout can be a bummer. There we go.
It definitely
I
can.
also tend to blow and tap my brushes off, which is why buying a white keyboard was a bad idea.
Ooh.
Mm. Yeah, I push mine out of the way when we're doing an elf stream. It helps keep it clean.
Alrighty, let's see. Let me ask you guys some questions. We can have a little chitty
Sure.
chat about some questions.
Yeah.
I'd
So,
love that.
I would love to know, what does chosen family mean to you? Why do you think it's important to
Ooh.
have a chosen family? It can be both specific to LGBTQ plus support system or just you and your chosen family outside of that as well.
So, would you like to go first, Anna, or shall I?
You can if you'd like.
Sure. Okay. So for me, this has actually evolved in recent years. I've always been aware of the concept of chosen family, and it's always been important to me as far as, surrounding yourself with a support network, really, and being very intentional about your friendships. But in recent years, because I've had to distance myself from a significant member of my blood family, it's something that I've taken in again and sort of reprocessed. And ultimately, it's my belief that human beings are social creatures. We're wired to belong, not to be alone. And it's about more than friendship, I think. It's about building the life that you desire, and you can't do that by yourself. Nobody can. You do it with the people that you choose to let in. So when it comes to the LGBT experience, and for me, especially the trans experience, I hesitate to say that we're lucky, uh, because being alienated from your birth family is an example of an experience that we can have, and it's an awful experience. But I think an aspect of queer existence is when you're forced into a place where you have to learn who you are and there's no choice, there's no way around that. Like you can't escape yourself, right? um I find that something that 10 years through transition now I'm very grateful for, and that's something that chosen family is unequivocally a part of, because it's the people around you that help keep you supported and on track and guided towards yourself. So I suppose the definition has changed for me in recent years, but to me, it's about building the life that you desire with others is the chosen family aspect.
I love that.
What about you
Yeah.
two?
Well, for me, chosen family, I mean, like you said, it's just because you're born into a family and you're connected because of having the same bloodline doesn't mean that they're going to be what's good for you, unfortunately. I
Yes.
mean, like, let's be real, right? So we don't choose who is in our bloodline, but chosen family is the meaning of, like, you can choose who to be friends with, you can choose who you consider family. So
Mhm.
similar to what you said, it's just like, choose people that are going to be supportive and positive towards you. Don't feel that you have to be connected to someone just because you share the same bloodline if they're toxic. So for me, chosen family is actually choosing you first,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a
that's
great
what that means to
definition.
me. You choose yourself first. You choose to love yourself first, and then you can find um others to help support and uplift you in that sense. So
I think
I
that's a
love that.
fantastic way
Yeah.
to say that.
Prioritizing yourself, super important. Learning
Mhm.
to love
yeah.
yourself first. I think
Absolutely.
for me personally, I'm very lucky because I have a very supportive family. I don't really have many members of my family that are not super supportive. Um, but I think that for me, my chosen family was super important because even though my family is supportive, they don't get it. They don't really
Mm.
understand. Like, they try to, and it's nice, but they can't relate, so they can't really understand what I'm truly experiencing. So I think
Yeah.
sometimes the biggest thing for me is finding people who just actually get it. Like, a great example is that, especially when I came out in the early days, when I first came out as trans, I feel like my family was supportive, but they would sometimes say things that made it seem like they didn't see me the way I wanted them to see me, if that makes sense, even if
Right.
they didn't necessarily mean to. Whereas my chosen family and all the friends I have, I met after transitioning, and they all
Hmm.
understand because many of them are trans or LGBTQ plus themselves, and so they understand that experience. And so I've never been anything other than myself with them, which is nice. I don't have to ever worry that they see me differently or see me as a person who I was never or I'm not anymore, if that makes sense. So I think,
Right.
yeah, I think it allows me to be me without constantly worrying about it or overthinking it. And I think that's the whole point, isn't it, with like chosen family? You want to feel like you're not constantly having to make an effort to exist every day. You just get to be yourself and just be, literally just be when you're around those
Just
people.
be.
Oh, well, that did work out well in my favor, didn't it? But yeah,
No,
I
but that's
think.
a sorry, please continue,
Oh, I
B.
was just gonna say, I think that's the goal, isn't it? Find people where you can feel like that with them.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I think that's
1000%.
excellent insight. And I definitely agree with that.
I'd love if you guys in the chat would like to share with us what chosen family means to you as well. I can see some of the things that you're sharing.
Yeah, I see
Yes.
a lot of comments like my parents have their own chosen family and taught me about that before we knew the name for it. And Harlequin says, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell you gonna love someone else?
I love that.
I love it.
Little RuPaul moment.
Love that for
Yes.
you.
Absolutely. It's really nice actually when we bring communities together like this, like LFU, it gets better. B, my stream community, everybody, Anna's stream community. Um, so many different perspectives on things
Mhm.
like chosen family and every aspect of life, really. So it's awesome when y'all share some of your own experiences and your own perspectives in the chat. That's a really connecting thing. So thank you for sharing that. We're definitely
Thank you
taking a
Thank you.
all.
look.
I just want to say this Halo Glow liquid filter is beautiful. I
Ooh.
feel like that my under eyes and my nose where I just put it are just glowing. My camera's a bit overblown in light right now, so it's kind of hard to see, but like I feel like I look much more awake. I feel like that's a good way to put it.
Yes,
Yes.
I look so much more
absolutely.
present. I'm living for that. Love it.
Yes.
The concealer's
It's like my
amazing as well.
go-to.
'Cause,
The Halo Glow is my go-to if I'm like running errands and I don't want to wear like a makeup, but I don't want to look dead. You know what I mean? So I
that-
put it on. I'm like, oh, I look like I went and got a spa treatment and I'm good. So
Yeah, it's
yeah.
Yeah, it's
perfect for like your
excellent for that.
daily. I love that. This Camo concealer as well. It looks like I didn't go to bed at 3 a.m. last night. So I
I
think
went to bed at
that's
3 a.m. also. Oh my gosh.
we're all a mess.
Same.
What?
Yes.
All
It's
of
that
us.
real gamer hours,
It
you
is.
know.
It is.
So what I'm hearing is we're all a mess,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
okay
I'd say
because
so.
we're happy messes.
absolutely.
So, I would love to hear. I think you guys touched on this a little bit already when we talked about chosen family, and also I know Anna touched on this a little bit when talking about Elf earlier. But why do you think it's important for LGBTQ plus people to have spaces specifically on Twitch to come together?
Ooh.
Hmm.
Well, my thought goes to it's very similar to when I started making YouTube videos like almost 10 years ago on the trans experience. And the fact of the matter is that a lot of people don't have access to supportive or safe environments in their immediate environment. And that can even be, whether it's they're just questioning or they want to learn about it, right? Like you can't always ask a parent or a teacher or go to the library or whatever. The internet has become such a powerful resource. And the real time element of Twitch, I think, creates a sense of community that is difficult to find even on other platforms. So I think, for folks to be able to come here and find a community that can embrace them in real time, that can actually speak with them back and forth versus it being kind of a static experience with a video, I think is a unique and special thing.
Mhm.
that I don't really know. I think I would have liked to have had that, I suppose, when I was younger. I think it would have made me feel less alone. And I think it's really, really important for folks to feel like they belong to something, right?
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I wish I had it when I
Yep.
was younger. I think YouTube was fine when I was growing up, and like, I mean, there wasn't very many people when I was growing up, except maybe you, who were making videos then, when I was like a teenager. But
Hmm.
comment sections are one thing, but I
Yeah.
think live streams give you a lot more personal attachment in a way. I love that like we can build these communities where people can keep coming back and keep feeling welcome and you know they feel part of the community and not just like they're just another comment in a YouTube comment section,
Right.
which I think is really nice.
Yes. I agree with that. What do you think, Anna?
I definitely think it's important that, you know, Twitch, especially Twitch. I mean, you think about gaming, right? Because Twitch is primarily a gaming platform. It can be a very, very toxic place. Um,
Mm.
and it could be a toxic place to many different genders and sex, all of that. So that was the main reason why, like, I was such an advocate for Elf getting into the beauty space because I am a fellow gamer, makeup enthusiast. I identify, you know, I'm a cisgender woman, you know, but I also have a lot of family members in the LGBTQIA community. I have a lot of like friends. I have, you know, so it's just like that representation or having that safe space. It wasn't there in gaming and even on Twitch. I never really found anything. So that's why when I pitched it to our chief marketing officer, I was just like, we just want a safe and supportive and positive space
Mm.
for women and the underrepresented. And this is why I, you know, again, it's important for us to create that space. And I was just like, with an engine like Elf, it's like, why don't we just create that space? She was like, I cannot believe this is happening, you know, that there's bullying and there's just negativity and all that stuff to everybody, especially our LGBTQ plus folks. So it's just another reason why we push so hard to um to to do this on Twitch, to create that space. So if you don't see it, create it. And that's exactly, so yes, if you don't see it, create it. And that's exactly what we did and are continuing to do, with great partnerships like It Gets Better and Padia and other content creators that have like-mindedness, so we can just force multiply that positivity and
Mm.
inclusivity and kindness in this space. So I definitely think it's absolutely important because we all need a safe space.
I love that, and I definitely think that you guys especially have definitely achieved that with creating that space. I feel very safe coming into your space, and being around you guys, the same as I hope you all feel about It Gets Better as well. I think that I love being around these spaces on Twitch. I think they are so beautiful, so vibrant, so unapologetically yourselves. I love that you guys feel so confident to be able to tell us about your stories and your experiences in the chat and stuff as well. I think that's wonderful because I feel like in a lot of other places, it's kind of nerve wracking. It's kind of scary to do that. Whereas these spaces that we've created on Twitch give you the ability to be really open, and I just love that. I really love all of you guys being here and getting to share with us your experiences. It's wonderful. So, yeah.
Yes. And that
Um,
goes for the chat too, I feel.
yeah, absolutely, 100%. They also in the chat asked us what our pronouns are. So mine are she, her. If you want
Oh,
to
Yes.
share your pronouns
yes.
as well.
Yes. I
Yes.
think we
I put
forgot when
my
we introduced
We
ourselves.
Yeah,
did.
we did.
Mine are she,
I
her as
put
well.
mine are sheer as well. I put it in the chat as well.
Mm-mm.
If you guys in the chat would like to share your pronouns too, feel free. Share yours with
Please.
Yeah.
us. Um, so this is a nice question, I think, because it's a question we get asked a lot. What advice would you give for queer youth who might not be out yet or are struggling with their identity? I think Steph,
Ooh.
you're probably really good with this question.
Okay,
She
yeah.
is.
Hmm. I think that no matter what sort of aspect you're questioning, whether it's sexuality, gender, anything like that, I think there's always community or resources out there, and it can feel very isolating. Like, for example, I grew up in a town of like under 10,000 people, and there was very much one way to be. And that was like cisgender, heterosexual, white, and, you know, very specific. It was a very specific box that was acceptable in that environment. And it was very isolating because it felt like there was nowhere I could go. But what I really want to stress, and what I found through YouTube back then, was community resources and support online. And so even if it is a YouTube video or a Twitch stream, information and support exists in many forms. So always search for it and trust your gut when you're looking for this stuff. If something doesn't feel comfortable or safe, you know, look for a different one. You don't have to go just to the largest streamer or the largest YouTube video. Seek out the place that makes you feel seen and understood. And then as far as transition goes, I think this is something I do want to touch on specifically because the trans experience is so vast, and it's not a monolith. Every single one of us is very different from each other. And I think when I was early in my transition, there was a common sort of rhetoric or mindset out there, which was that it wasn't explicit, but a lot of folks viewed it like a race or a competition. And it is not a race or a competition. So when it comes to your transition, really don't look to replicate another person's transition, whether that's the same surgeries on the same timeline or the same lifestyle, the same look, none of that. Don't look to replicate somebody else. Your own transition will be your own, and it's unique. And that's because you are a unique individual. So always keep that at front of mind. We don't transition to become somebody else. We transition to become ourselves. Always remember that. That's always at the core.
I love that.
That's my speech.
Wow. Soapbox.
That is amazing.
Mic drop.
Thank you.
I think
I like talking about this stuff.
Building on that, I also always say as well when we talk about this that there's that, because I see this a lot as well, this sort of like rhetoric as well about whether or not you are trans enough. There is no such thing as trans enough. If you're trans, you're trans. There's no such thing as being trans enough. You do not have to check boxes. You know your own identity, you know how you feel. And I know that unfortunately we do live in a world where in some countries, I know mine especially, like medically speaking, they expect you to check specific boxes in order to define yourself as trans. But it's ridiculous. There is no such thing as being trans enough. So don't try to, you know, the same sort of idea, don't try to compare yourself to other people in order to be trans enough, because that doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't.
That's
just
new
like
to
there's
me.
no woman enough, there's no man enough, there's no anything enough. It's everybody, it's a kaleidoscope of experience.
Yeah. You are enough. That's as simple as it is.
You are enough.
Just
Play,
as you
period.
are.
Yes.
That's a mic drop.
That is a mic drop. 1000%.
Yeah, that's definitely
We have
That
something.
was a great question, B.
Yeah, that
it was a
was.
really good question, wasn't it? I didn't write them.
You can take credit.
I'll take the credit. Yeah, I'll take the credit.
I love
Shout
that.
out to all the amazing unseen people behind the scenes who
Yes,
make all of this happen
absolutely.
and
We
write our
appreciate you.
questions so that we sound super educated and cool.
Yeah. That's actually funny.
B, did you have anything you wanted to add to that? Actually, like advice for queer youth? Who you just gave a little bit, but I didn't know if you
Yeah,
had.
I mean, one of the things I always say, I think the most important thing when people ask this in like streams that we do, if it gets better, I always say this, and also on my own channel, is safety is the absolute paramount in my opinion. Like no matter what spaces you're entering, where you're going, who you're deciding to share your story with, you should always make sure that you are safe. Always, you know, if you don't feel safe, trust your gut. Don't, you know, engage in spaces where you don't feel safe or you don't feel comfortable. Nobody should ever be making you feel like you have to share more than you want to or tell them more than you feel comfortable with. You know, it's your personal experience, it's your life, and your safety is more important than anything else. So if you don't feel safe, it's not the space for you. You need to be somewhere
That's
where you
right.
feel completely comfortable.
Very good point.
Very.
Thank you. Do you guys have any fun Pride plans?
Ooh, You know, I always think about like, I used to, so earlier in my career and stuff, I'd always be like, okay, I got to get on a float in a parade. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to make it a big deal. It's got to be this whole spectacle. You know, I have to do something meaningful for other people. And where I'm at now in my life, I'm turning 30 later this year. I realized, like, I deserve to just relax. I deserve to, like, pride has evolved for me to where now it's like fun pride plans for me are like, how am I going to be the most comfortable and happy and chill? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like a vacation. And I don't actually go on vacation, but like, to me, it's a time to reflect and come home to yourself and just kind of really treat yourself well, is the way that I interact with it now. So for me, my pride plans are I'm gaming. I'm gaming. I'm eating
Yeah.
good food. I'm spending time with people that I love. I'm doing work that fulfills me. Like, that's what my priorities are this month,
I love
where
that
I'm
for
at
you
right now.
though. I love that.
Thank you.
I think
What about you two?
I've never actually been to a pride parade. Um
Oh,
which
okay.
I don't know why I haven't. It's just never I just never fit really, I suppose, with my crazy schedule. But
Mm,
I always try and do like pride specific streams. I join in with like It Gets Better's digital pride every year for the last couple of
yeah.
years. But it's sort of like the same thing though. Like I sort of for a while, for a long time, especially when I was making content in the early days, I always felt like I had to prove myself to people. You know, I had to prove that like I was
Yes.
allowed to be here or I was meant to be here or whatever, which is so ridiculous and silly because obviously we're all supposed to be here because that's just the way it is. You are meant to be where you are, and you know, if you whatever opportunities you've gained is probably because of the hard work you've put into it.
Hmm.
But I always felt like I had to prove myself and prove that I was to be here. And I think so. Similar to you, I think pride for me, it's more important for me to recognize that I don't owe anyone anything. I only owe
Mm.
to myself to have a nice life and feel comfortable. And also, I should feel proud of myself, especially with how dangerous and unfortunate the world can be for trans people. I should feel proud of myself that I am still here and that I am still pushing through. So should all of you. Um, and so, yeah, sometimes I just take that as a time similar to you to just reflect and remind myself that, like, I just can just be. I can just exist. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. I don't have to be a figurehead, I guess.
Mm.
Because sometimes I think we're really good for putting that pressure on ourselves.
Yeah. Oh yes. I relate to that very much from years ago. I understand. What about you, Anna? Do you have any fun pride plans aside from this incredible stream?
Um, nothing in particular, but what I do like to do is I like to tune into like I'll lurk into some streams that are pride centric, and I love because
Mm.
they're so comedic. I just love the personalities that when they feel comfortable in their skin, it's just like I I prefer it. I don't know. So I feel like every day is pride for me because I gravitate towards creators and just different things that I do when I watch in that sense. So I don't feel
Mhm.
like all right, I'm celebrating or not celebrating. I feel like it's just an everyday thing. It's an accepted everyday thing to me,
I love that.
so that's
That's the
yeah.
goal.
Yeah. So
It's the
I
I'm
love
goal.
that
like
as well.
Pride Month. I mean, like it's Pride every day. I mean, you know what I mean. So it's just like the happiness, the all of that. That's what attracts me, and I find I'm like, oh my god, I just realized they're LGBTQ friendly, and this is probably why I gravitate towards their stream because they're just happy and exude all that positive energy, and that's what I attract. So yeah, every
The vibes
day.
are immaculate is
Yes.
is how it is.
They are passing the
Okay.
vibe check.
They do.
Yes.
It's all
Love
about the
them.
vibes, right? Like that's what you gravitate towards when you're like if you're watching Twitch streams, it's just like
Mhm.
I don't look at what their pronouns are. I don't, I always feel the vibes. And then it's just a plus when they're just beautiful human beings. That's it.
I love that. We
You guys are
always
getting in.
love the
What were you
feeling
saying?
of people being authentically themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't do eyeshadow very often, so an attempt
I
was made. I'm gonna stop making more attempts because I think I'm gonna make it look bad.
I think you look
no.
stunning.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
Mhm.
in like a locked in eyeliner mode at the moment.
I mean, you look incredible. Like that
Thank
eyeshadow right
you.
now
She
and the
is
liner. I can't
Thank
do
you.
yes.
when I do liner, it gets so bad. I'm gonna try in a minute, but like it doesn't go well for me. It's not a vibe. I'm looking forward to trying out this blush though. I'm very excited to try out this blush. Um, Let's see. I would love to hear if there is a specific story or moment for you where you just felt really euphoric, specifically. You know, something that made
Oh.
you feel real. This wasn't written. I just made this one up because I ran out of questions.
No, that's great. I think that's
Because I was thinking about this recently. Some people asked me in one of my streams, like, what are some small things? It can be things like during the day, or it can be bigger things that happen, you know, once in a lifetime that give you, you know, that feeling of gender euphoria. So a good example would be, I remember when I woke up after having my breast surgery, and I was just immediately like 50% happier. Like I felt it immediately as soon as I woke up.
I
Like I was
know.
like, this is like the best day of my life, which
Oh,
is
I
like
love
probably to some
that.
people kind of, you know, strange in a way, I guess, for people who don't understand how that feels.
No.
But like I was like so ridiculously happy. Then I cried because I wanted my mom. Um, but like I was so ridiculously happy. Um, and it's crazy to imagine as well because right before it, I was terrified because like surgeries are scary, aren't they? So like I was
Oh,
terrified before it,
yes.
but as soon as I woke up, it was just like it's hard to explain. It was like all the puzzle pieces just fit together, and I was like, oh, this feels amazing. I'm super happy today. Um, do you have any specific times, and it even can just be small things that happen daily, where you feel euphoric? Would you say?
Well, you know, you bringing up that story made me think of a very similar experience that I had that I'd like to share, which was when I woke up from my facial feminization surgery because I had growing up a really hard time with my self-image. Because not only am I a trans person and a queer person, but I also have a genetic mutation called Waardenburg syndrome, which gave me very specific facial features. And so from a very early age, I was made to feel from other people and childhood bullying and stuff. I was made to feel very ugly inside. Like it was a really present experience for me all the time. And then that interacting with gender dysphoria and transition and stuff, that's like very complicated. But I remember when I woke up from my facial feminization surgery, and even, gosh, there's so much that I can say about this, but I remember waking up and knowing immediately there was like this, you said puzzle pieces falling into place, right, B? It was
Yeah.
like this congruence that I felt suddenly. And I just felt so grateful and I felt so embodied. And it felt like, oh, okay, like this huge relief that I could just live at this point. And another aspect of that made me feel so much gratitude and euphoria, I would say, was that at the time, like I was 19 or 20 when I started a fundraiser for my facial feminization surgery. And this wasn't common practice at the time, but I thought, okay, like I'm going to try to save up and I'm going to open this fundraiser and maybe some folks will, donate a little bit and that might take some of the portion of the cost, right? But through providing, I was documenting my transition with hormones and stuff at the time. I was just creating educational content and whatnot. And the community that rallied around that, they were so supportive. They fundraised for the entire cost of the surgery, which blew my mind. It immediately gave me access to for gender affirming care that I would have otherwise had to wait 10 years, maybe. Like it's a lot to save up for that. And that was, I would describe that as a euphoric experience of gratitude and gender
Wow.
community, like the whole thing. And that's why I think it's very essential that trans people in our community, we have access to gender affirming care. It's not cosmetic. It is not cosmetic. It is far beyond that. And on a more regular daily basis, because that's a pretty heavy one, I would say when I do my makeup, it's this ritual of self-connection. I have a makeup studio upstairs that my boyfriend built for me. I love it. It's my little like corner of the house. And every day doing that makeup, I feel like I am engaging in this like, it's a ritual of some kind where I get to create the self that I see in my mind. And that to me creates that same feeling of congruence, a smaller scale, but it's a nice feeling. So I guess that'd be my answer.
That's
I love that.
awesome.
What about the two of you? I know, B, you shared your surgery experience. I don't know if there was another one that you had in mind.
For like daily things, this is probably going to sound super sappy, so I apologize everybody in advance. Please excuse my crazy bangs for a second while I just brush them back down.
They're stunning. They're stylish.
I love it.
I think
They are beautiful.
Sorry, I had my headphones off. What did you say?
No, your bangs are beautiful, I
Oh,
said.
thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. I sit with my hairdresser when he does them, and I'm like, no, a bit more, a little bit on the side, a little bit more.
Has to be
Like,
perfect.
just constantly, every time. He must dread seeing me walk through the door. Yeah, my bangs are very important part of, I guess, my identity to me, so
Mm,
I need them. Um, they're like a safety blanket, which sounds weird, but
I
I
get
love
it.
my bangs. Um, I think a daily one for me, it's a bit sappy. Hopefully he's not watching because he won't let me live this down. But I think when my husband talks to me is really euphoric to me because when I was growing up, my family were accepting of me, but they wouldn't necessarily use feminine language all the time when referring to me. And when talking to me, even if it was like more subtle ways that they didn't realize maybe was like something that they would not say to my sister, but they would say to me, and my
Right.
brothers, for example, that would make me feel a bit uncomfortable. Whereas I have never, ever, for a single moment in my life, ever had to sit and wonder, like, does my husband look at me and not see who I see and who I feel I am? And so every time he talks to me and his nicknames for me, or just the way he is with me, um, I think is just like daily little sparks of euphoria for me. Even if it's just something really silly, like I don't know, just gives me a hug and says something sweet, something that is, I suppose, inherently feminine in society. It just makes me feel really good. I hope he's not listening. He was never going to let me live that down.
Oh, no,
If
that's
that was incredibly
awesome.
beautiful. I really
Yes,
appreciate you
it
sharing that.
was.
Thank you.
That's
That that was.
something
Oh
that
my
it I
god.
mean, Anna, you go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I don't have those the I don't have those specific type of euphorias or
Mhm.
experiences because I haven't uh, been through that. But what I will say as an ally or just being in the makeup industry, right? I've come across all walks of life, and what was euphoric to me is transforming, like how you guys are saying, being able to help that person transition into who they feel that they are inside to show it on the outside, and seeing that brightness come once they see themselves transformed just with makeup. Okay, that to me, it, it was so gratifying, and that's what really made my passion for make being a makeup artist really come to life, because you really are changing people's lives. And I would have I would have straight looking men coming in and getting to talk to them, and making them feel comfortable, comfortable enough to tell me that they don't feel that's not them, but they
Mhm.
have to do it to be in society and feel accepted. And then eventually, like this one particular person, we had a private room where we would do private makeup lessons or whatever, and you'd have to pay like this extreme fee. I was like, you know what, just come. His name was Kevin. I said, just come in. Let's go in and let's just play with some makeup. And then you could take it right off and come
Mhm.
back out. You know what I mean? And then eventually he got up the courage to walk out with the makeup in his suit, guys,
Mm.
in his suit. And then next time he started coming in, he started wearing a blouse under his suit. And then I just started seeing his self come to life, and that brightness I will never, ever forget. And so that, I would say, was euphoric for me, because that was multiplied by a lot of the interactions that I did, whether it be with a man facing person in front of me, to then I eventually seeing him walk the mall in full-fledged heels and shopping at the girly girl stores and didn't care. And I was just like, yes. And then he would always come in and just say thank you to me. And
Mm.
that I will never forget. And that that, guys, that was like over 20 years, and he still
Yeah.
has that lasting impression and effect on me. So, yes, this is what I love about the industry that we're in. Makeup in general. Yeah, don't make me cry, guys. Rufina, everybody in chat, stop. That transformation that you do for whatever whoever is sitting in your chair, and I've mentioned this before, people with alopecia, showing them how to put on lashes, all of that stuff, and giving them that confidence. I see that, and that's what I want to force multiply, especially in the makeup world, right? So a lot of people don't have the funds to go through the whole trans like surgery and all the stuff that they need, like feminization surgeries and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it can start with makeup. Just that
Yeah.
alone can help you transform and make you feel like you. So, yeah. I don't know. Sorry. I don't even know where I was going with that, but that was my euphoric experience with, the interactions that I've had. So, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're describing, seeing or actually helping create that feeling for somebody else. That's really important, because we need people, in as a trans person, I think, like going through my transition, right? I think about the people that helped me along the way. Some of them were trans people, some of them weren't. Like, for example, my surgeon wasn't a trans person. And, the people that helped me learn makeup at school when I went to school for makeup artistry weren't trans people. But all of these people contribute to that success story and that happiness and that euphoria. So thank you, Anna, for doing that for that individual. And I'm sure many more. It's very important to have people in the world doing that kind of work with us. So thank you for sharing that.
So speaking of, I'm gonna create my own question real quick. Like,
Mm.
how can us as allies, and I asked you this last time, B, when we were together, it's like, how can we be a better support system for our fellow friends
Yeah,
in the LGBTQ community?
I feel like one of the things I say if my friends ask me this is show up when we need it. I suppose, be there when you need somebody to just, even if it's just they need you to just remind them that they're beautiful and wonderful and you're proud of them. Because just like like everybody else, even if you're not LGBTQ plus, everybody needs that encouragement sometimes. Everybody needs to be reminded that they're loved and appreciated and that you care about them and that they're doing amazing and that you're proud of them. I think it's just the same type of things. Creating an obvious outwards personality that clearly shows to other people that you're accepting and you're kind. I instantly feel better as soon as I can tell somebody is clearly like an LGBTQ plus ally. Like, I always feel safer with them, even if it's just something simple like you work in a space where you interact with people a lot and you wear a pride pin, for example, while you're interacting with people in public. I instantly feel safer. I instantly feel like I don't have to be overthinking about whether or not my voice sounds feminine enough, or whether or not I look feminine enough, or if I will fit into this space, or if you're going to make a pre-existing judgment about me, things like that. I think if I see somebody who is clearly supportive in whatever small ways that they might be, I just immediately feel more comfortable. So things like that, little things, I think.
Love that. What about you, Steph?
How to be a better ally, is that right? That's kind of the
Yeah.
question. I would echo everything B said. That was like extremely eloquently put. That was very poignant. I think, well, actually, not Lauren here in the chat is bringing up something significant, and I think is a flip side of this, which is
Yeah.
when people truly don't mind, don't care, when they don't treat you different because you're LGBT. So there's two sides to this, and I think B, I've heard you talk about this as well, where some and it's because every one of us is different, right? Some people want very vocal shows of support and very present shows of support, and then other times just being able to experience normalcy can be very impactful as well. And I'll say I've needed both of those things at different times in my life. I think something that was really significant for me when I moved out of the downtown city and I moved into more of a suburban environment was I was invited to my neighbor's house to watch the hockey game in their garage, which sounds like a very normal, mundane experience. But I had a panic attack because I was used to the association of sports, masculinity, bigotry, hatred. Like that was the ABCD for me, was sports are dangerous because I've had these experiences, right? And what actually took place when I went over there was I watched the hockey game in their garage. And that was, I'm fairly certain at that time they were aware I was trans one way or another. I do have a pretty public online persona that they're aware of. And being able to just have that normal experience, maybe for them, they didn't think about it very hard. But for me, I thought about it really hard. And that was transformative, being just treated very normally, even if I wasn't feeling normal in that environment. Just having the normalcy around me and being treated normally was extremely impactful, if that makes sense. So, invite us over for the hockey game or whatever it might be. That's the very Canadian thing that we do, but maybe it's football in the US or wherever. I think that's important too. Yeah.
I definitely agree with
Absolutely.
that. 100%. I think when I was younger, I wanted the more vocal, really
Yeah.
like, cheering you on, support. Now as an adult, also nearing my 30s, I want normalcy. I want
Yeah.
to just exist and not ever
Mhm.
feel like I have to, pretend, I guess. I don't like it when I have to have that thing in the back of my head that's constantly like, am I speaking in a high enough pitch right now? Am I dressed in an appropriate way? Should I be wearing my makeup to go out to this thing that I normally wouldn't wear makeup for, but someone's going to be there who I don't know? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's
Mhm.
exhausting sometimes. Like, constantly thinking about it. Like, my husband even said that to me. Like, I don't know how you do that. Like, how do you constantly, every time you go out somewhere public, think about how you sound all the time? Like, to
Yeah.
the point where it's constantly in your head. It's exhausting.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Our elf community moderator says existing is exhausting. So making it a bit easier for others goes a long way. I truly
That's
feel
right,
that.
Lauren.
I
Yeah.
feel that. I feel that.
Mhm.
I definitely feel that. You know what? All of this seriousness and all this talk, I feel like we're in need of some uplifting. So why don't we start with some giveaways? Why don't we get some giveaways
Oh
to some of the
yeah.
community members? We didn't even do that. I'm sorry I'm taking over, but I'm like, let's do some gift card giveaways to the community. How about that? That way it can start you off on your skincare or your makeup journey, wherever it takes you. So in order to enter, we do apologize, but these elf gift card codes are US base only, because it's generated, it's a US generator thing that only works on our US site, unfortunately, at this moment. So what you need to do is make sure you are following our channels, ElfU and It Gets Better, in order for you to get this to be entered into this
Mhm.
giveaway. So go ahead and put exclamation point pride. We discovered that earlier, right? Is pride? Was
Yes,
it pride?
that's the one.
Yeah. Exclamation point pride for your chance to win a $15 elf gift card. Now we're gonna pick a few because our time with It Gets Better is nearing our end.
So sad.
Yeah, it went by so fast. But
But
while
the
we
shows
do
are going to
that,
continue after.
yes,
Just to
the
keep that
shows,
clear.
yes. I think It Gets Better is continuing their Chosen Families digital pride stream, and then
Mhm.
ElfU, we are continuing our stream here on this end. I think B, I don't know, are you a part of the next segment for It Gets Better? Are you
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
We're moving
wonderful.
over with some of our amazing creators to chat a little bit
Yay.
about Chosen Family with them as well.
Awesome.
Before we switch over, It Gets Better, would you guys
Yeah.
like to share your socials and where people can find you?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll go first.
Sure.
My name is Steph Soniati. You can find me at Steph Soniati on all platforms. Sometimes there's a dot in the name, sometimes there's not. But if you look up Steph, you'll probably find me. I do gaming and beauty, like gaming inspired beauty looks on Instagram, along with talking about my life as a trans person and different things like that. On Twitch, I stream World of Warcraft and Dune Awakening. I'm a big WoW nerd. If you know, you know. I've been playing 21 years. Holler at your girl. Let's go. So you can find me there 5 days a week. And I also stream with ElfU twice a week. So that's kind of the gambit. You can also find a bunch of YouTube videos from like 10 years of creation around trans topics and beauty on my YouTube channel. And that's me. What about you, Anna?
Yes. Mine is No BS with Anna, which you see in the chat right there. I just pointed there. That's where you can find me. No BS with Anna. It's my handle on all handles, on all platforms, sorry, Instagram and TikTok. I don't have a YouTube. I just started my YouTube. I only have one video.
Ooh.
And it's a video of an incident that happened on one of my streams, and people make fun of it. It's funny. It's just funny. But I stream on my own personal channel, No BS with Anna, 3 days a week. And because I am the gamer in chief for Elf Cosmetics, I stream here on Elf U 5 days a week. So you can definitely find us here. And I stream variety, everything, right? I mean, I feel like variety because LFU, it's all dependent on what we play on our segment on GG Glam on Mondays.
Mhm.
That changes up. But my main is I love first person shooters. I love shooters,
Yeah.
all shooters, like all of them. Right now, I'm Marvel Rivals. I played Apex Legends for many, many, many years. I played Gears of War, all of the shooters. So Fortnite. But now my streams are known for words on stream.
Oh, it's fun. I love it.
It's insane. So if you guys are word nerds, please come, because please come. Yes, COD. I play COD too, Mush. Yes, I play COD. I'm sorry. I'm not sliding COD. But words on stream, if you guys love words and your word nerds, come because we're trying to beat our last score that we did last night. We got to level 341. Guys, it was insane. Anyways, and what about you, B?
You a little bit less exciting. You could just search B players.
Stop.
Everything is B players. I play Roblox pretty much
Mm.
all the time. So mainly
Yes.
Dress to Impress and fashion games. I do also talk about my trans journey and LGBTQ plus stuff a lot too. So yeah, if you like LGBTQ plus stuff and Roblox, I'm your girl.
I love that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you guys so much for spending
Yeah.
time with us today. And of
Thank
course, big thank
you.
you to Elf for the continued support. We love and appreciate you guys so much. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your stream.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Have
Yes.
fun with
Thank
the
you
rest
guys
of the
so
crew.
much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody. We'll
See you
see you on the separate
soon.
shows.
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks,
All right,
guys.
everybody who's watching It Gets Better, we'll be back in a few minutes.
Likewise for LFU. Oh, we're right here,
Yeah.
actually.
We're here.
Look at
We're
that.
here.
That was so fast.
Yeah.
Oh. And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Chosen Family stream. We're going to be continuing with some lovely new guests. I'm very excited for you guys to get to be here and share this experience with us. My name is B, if you are just tuning in, or welcome back, of course, if you've already been with us for the first portion of the stream. I am a gaming content creator who plays Roblox primarily, and you may also know me as the community manager for Dress to Impress on Roblox. Today we have some lovely people here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit first about It Gets Better and the Chosen Family event. And then we're going to have some introductions and we're going to chat and we're going to open some wonderful gifts. It's going to be amazing. If you were here previous and have already heard this intro, accept my apologies. But I think It Gets Better is so wonderful, so they deserve 2 introductions. So for those of you who have never been here before, this is the Chosen Family stream. It's wonderful, it's amazing, it's a celebration of all things LGBTQ+, bringing us together to be super positive and happy and just having a nice time, getting to know people, sharing our stories, and of course, getting to know you guys in the chat as well and experiencing your stories too. So if you don't know what It Gets Better is, it is a global nonprofit dedicated to uplifting, empowering, and connecting LGBTQ+ youth. And we are celebrating the Chosen Family and the importance of Chosen Family for the 5th year in a row, you guys. Very exciting. Providing a fun space for LGBTQ+ youth to celebrate with us. Today's Chosen Family stream has been made possible with the very generous ongoing support of sponsors like Elf Cosmetics and Zenny Optical, both of which have made donations to It Gets Better this Pride season. For those watching that have never tuned into Chosen Family streams before, the goal is to come together to celebrate the joy of Pride, especially with how challenging this year has been politically for LGBTQ+ people. We're hoping this stream is a chance to connect with others, whether it's with me, the other creators here, or everybody else in the chat, and feel a little bit more energized by celebrating together. Now I am excited because we have some wonderful people here. So I'm going to hand over to you guys to introduce yourself. We're going to start with Kay.
Hi. Hello, everyone. I am Kay the Fae. You can call me Kay. I am a plus-size bisexual non-binary content creator here on Twitch. The non-binary part is very new to me. I just came out I came out last year, but I've been changing a lot of things recently, so it's been really new for me and really exciting. So doing this has also been very exciting. I play a lot of different games. I also do a lot of crafty streams. I have a lot of crafty stuff behind me here. I do bullet journaling, I do diamond painting, and then I also play games like Animal Crossing, Dead by Daylight. I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14, stuff like that. Yeah.
Amazing. It's lovely to meet you. And thank you for being here.
Yes.
Krista.
Hi, my name is Krista. My pronouns are she, they, and I do a lot of variety gaming first playthroughs as well as challenge and speed runs for The Last of Us. Yeah, so that's a little bit about me, and we've been doing a lot of crafting recently, some Lego builds, as well as some cross-stitching, which has been really fun.
Thank you. Amazing. Lovely to meet you as well.
Thank you.
And Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. For Jen is Online, my pronouns are she, her, and you've probably seen me here over on It Gets Better for the last 2 years. I've helped host their Digital Pride event with their Minecraft, which is not a game that I play. I'm actually a Souls content creator in the comedy space. I like making fun game, not very hot, funny games, pretty funny. I like making people laugh. I like getting people together, and I love making new friends. So it's nice to meet everybody here. Thank you for having me.
Lovely to have you here. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Okay. We have some very exciting things to go through today, you guys, because we have been given some incredible gifts that we are going to be opening on stream. So you guys, if you were here for the first portion of the stream, when I was with Elf Cosmetics, I already opened my Elf package, which came with a plethora of exciting things. If you guys would love to maybe start with your Elf packages, and while you're opening them up, I've got some amazing news to share with people. This is the fun part, guys, where we all get to fumble around and struggle with bags and packages. It's
Bags
so fun.
and cats, apparently.
And cats. My cats aren't in the room. I wish they were. I miss my cats. So guys, whilst we are opening up these boxes, I wanted to share with you that we are at $30,360 raised of our $35,000 goal. Right? How incredible is that?
Yippee.
If you guys would like to donate, it gets better. Use !donate in the chat and you can help us to reach the goal if you would like. There is a link that will pop up when you use that command. So exciting. And if you do give more than $75 through the end of June, you will receive a free copy of the award-winning conversation card game Perfectly Queer, which we are going to be sharing with you very soon on stream as well. Copies of the game will be shipping in July. Okay, let's see what these amazing things are that you guys have received. Do you want to share some of them and talk us through it a little bit?
Oh my goodness.
Gosh. Got the hydration.
Oh, love that.
Hydration. Holy Hydration Ever After skincare and mini kit. I need this so bad. My skin, as I've gotten older, is so dry. So I will be using this for
Oh
sure.
my goodness, I love that.
One thing I did not know that Elf made was sunscreen, which is exciting.
I didn't know that either.
And it's like a bar, and it's soft enough for your face.
Exciting and very
Yeah.
important.
Yes. Sunscreen every day, all skin tones.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful. I love that.
I'm
I love the
ex-
colors too.
I'm really excited about this because I've been needing new makeup so bad because I just recently threw out a bunch of mine because it was a little old, a little expired. So I needed some new stuff.
Just a little bit expired.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
I feel that. I'm the same way. So sending this was like perfect timing, honestly.
I definitely have expired makeup in my house, but it's okay. We're just
I have
gonna
some
talk about it.
expired eyeshadow palettes, but I just close my eyes and I like pretend
You
that it's
pretend.
new.
Yeah.
I don't think I
It
could do
still
that
looks
anymore. I
good,
still
so
have
it's
like
fine.
I still have like
Yeah.
one of the naked palettes from like years ago. Like
Honestly, it's kind of a staple.
On the bright
Yeah.
side, if you do wake up with your eyes 3 times the size, at least they're gonna look beautiful.
Exactly.
Got a
This
really cute
duochrome.
eyeshadow palette that I can
Yeah,
use.
speaking of, we got a new eyeshadow palette
Yeah,
too.
the eyeshadow is beautiful. So
We
I
got a
am
swatch.
wearing
That
it.
blue.
I am actually wearing some of the colors from the eyeshadow.
Oh.
They are beautiful. I'm also
so
wearing the
excited.
blush and the concealer from Elf as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Love that. Oh my gosh, yeah. I can't wait to see the looks you guys make with these.
Oh my god,
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
excited.
Make sure you guys go and follow all of their channels so that you can
What's
see
right
them
here?
too, hopefully. So I would love to hear from you guys while you're opening these up and checking them out. If you'd like to tell us a little bit about what you've been up to for Pride this year outside of Twitch. Maybe we could start with Jen.
Absolutely. I've been going to Pride parades. I've been going to protests. I've been out here doing the thing. And I think it's important to be loud and proud and stand your ground against everybody who doesn't want us to. So
Mhm.
whenever I'm not on Twitch, I'm outside touching grass and ready to get into fights. If I don't, I mean, with love.
Fights with love.
With love
I'm
for
loving that.
love.
With
Love.
love for love, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that is
Blue is
beautiful,
crazy.
isn't it? Such a vibrant blue. It's so beautiful.
That blue is gorgeous.
I'm in
So
my beauty
stunning.
influencer era.
They're all very soft, which is really cool.
Yes.
It's
Very
purple.
vibrant.
I love that. So,
Now I've
Oh my
made
gosh, look at that purple.
oh my gosh.
You're crazy.
Yeah, it is
Oh my
stunning,
lord.
isn't it?
You're
I
crazy.
mixed the colours together on my eyes today and I think they came out
Yes.
really nice. It's very
Do you guys
I like
remember
it.
an old
Look
YouTube when they
gorgeous.
would do like the eyeshadow palette swatches?
Yes.
That was like I always like watched those. Like it was just so like satisfying to me.
I still watch those.
It's just so like nice to just see like look at that icy
That is
blue.
stunning.
Look at that.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
Isn't
Oh,
that crazy?
I'm so excited for that.
So Jen, on the
Yeah.
topic of the
Yes.
Pride parades and protests, would you like to tell us a little bit about the things you do to keep yourself safe during those?
Absolutely. One of those things is knowing your rights and making
Mhm.
sure that you participate in peaceful protesting and ensure that you are keeping a safe network around you, whether that be going with friends or going with people who you feel safe around. And then whenever you go to pride parties, it's always a good time. Same thing though, making sure that in public spaces you're not going alone with people that you don't know, just general safety tips in general. And just ensuring that you're keeping an open mind to things that you haven't experienced before, and also having a good time with wonderful people, and knowing that a lot of the people who go to Pride are looking for that chosen family or go with their chosen families. Um, and so are you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
So Kay, would you like to tell us a little bit about the things you've been doing for Pride outside of Twitch?
Outside of Twitch, I haven't been doing a whole lot. I just went to a concert recently, and that was honestly it was kind of really fun to see because it was a K-pop concert. I went to go see Stray Kids,
Oh.
and when I went there, one of the really cool things that I experienced and like just like felt so much joy for was during one of their songs. Not only did they have confetti going off, they had confetti of the rainbow, and we knew what they were doing there. And then they also had the trans flag, and I broke down. Like I was crying at the concert. I was like, oh no, not now. But it was so good. I couldn't like, I feel like that was just something that made me think that having that togetherness with everybody that was there, and the fact that the one thing that I really enjoy and love to see Stray Kids, and being there with my best friend and my sister, and just like it was just a lot. And I think that's the only thing that I've done for Pride outside of Twitch, but that's about
No, I love
it.
that. We just talked about this on Elf as well. When something like that happens, when they like share like flags or they share things like that, it makes you feel instantly safer, doesn't it? Instantly more
Yeah.
comfortable and more accepted, and it's just such a nice feeling. So I love that for you, and I'm glad you had a wonderful time. That's
Mhm.
amazing.
We were given blush
Oh
by
my
Elf.
gosh, I love the
So I mean,
blush.
I love giving my little tattoo girlies their little blush
Oh
back
my
on their
goodness, I love
faces
that.
Give them a little
as
color.
I give them a little color.
Yes, love that. So Krista, anything that you have been doing for Pride outside of Twitch?
Well, a lot of our Pride events for Seattle are actually happening this weekend, which is so much fun. So I will be going to the Seattle Pride Parade with my friends and checking out a lot of the local art that's there, which is really cool that they have a lot of like local art vendors there. But in the meantime, I've been checking out my local drag, supporting local drag, and just supporting queer spaces and especially sapphic spaces as well, because those are very far and few between here in the U.S.
Oh my
But yeah,
goodness.
a lot of my Pride stuff is pretty much this weekend.
You have got a
Yeah.
very full Pride LGBTQ plus love and celebratory week for you. I love
The
that.
best.
The best kind of week. I love
Yeah.
that. So as a reminder for those of you just tuning in, today's stream, Chosen Family, has been made possible with a very generous support of sponsors like Elf Cosmetics and Zenny Optical. We just opened up our Elf Cosmetics packages. We will now open up our packages from Zenny Optical, if that's okay with you guys. I know you are just in the middle of blushing up, you girlies.
All right, she looks great.
She looks wonderful. I am so excited because I just opened the box and immediately I'm greeted with 2 boxes that are super rainbow,
Yeah.
super
Super gay.
pride,
I love it.
super gay. Exactly. I love when I receive packages that are super queer. Like, living for that. Okay. I don't know. I'll give you guys a sec to open up because I kind of want to experience this together, the excitement that I'm feeling. Very, very exciting. Ooh.
I love
Alfie
the
is also very
packaging.
exciting.
It is
I think the
beautiful,
packaging is
isn't
really
it?
cool.
God, they're gorgeous. I will be using
Oh.
these.
Yes.
Coolest cases for
Yeah,
glasses.
Absolutely stunning. Should we
Maybe I'll
open up-
actually put my glasses in a case.
Oh my gosh,
And
right?
if you don't want to go full rainbow, we got a little.
I know. I
got a
never put my
moderate
glasses in a
rainbow
case.
with
It's there as
accents.
decoration.
Yeah. We got full
love
rainbow,
it.
we got a little splash of rainbow.
Love the
Yes.
splash.
Should we open
These
up the
are
full
super cute.
rainbow one?
Yeah, full
I'm
I'm
rainbow.
loving the
Go.
little like cleaning cloth. I know everybody
Ooh.
who wears glasses, I feel like, has lost their cleaning cloth at like one point. I got my glasses like a month ago. The cleaning
Oh my
cloth is gone.
gosh.
She's forgotten
Yeah,
about.
it's the same kind of thing with like your laptop and stuff, isn't it? Like if they have a cleaning cloth for them,
Yeah.
like, it's gone.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
use-
Any cleaning
it's
cloth, they're
Let's be
just
honest,
gone.
you're using your shirt. You're not using
Yeah.
You're not using
Get
it.
out.
Oh my gosh,
Little rainbow
wait.
glasses.
These
Oh
are
my gosh.
stunning.
They
they're so
also came
cute.
with a little
Look at
clip
these.
glasses on top.
God.
Wait, that's so cute.
I am
Oh my
loving
gosh,
it.
it's all like rainbowy.
Let me just put them on top of my
Your
glasses.
full rainbow one. Mine's like sunglasses.
Oh my gosh, wait. I am living for
They have
this.
different things.
Oh my gosh, I love
I want
this.
this.
I think, I think that one of them is like, this looks like blue light glasses, and I think the other one comes with like a clip that you can put over the top to turn it into sunglasses.
So
God.
these glasses are
Maybe they just-
actually
Seeing
so
gay,
incredibly
everything gay
cool.
all year. Mhm.
So these glasses have a pink tint, and on one of our glasses things, there's an ad for it. And it is to protect
Oh.
your identity against face crimes and identity, which is literally perfect to wear at
Oh.
That's
protests
amazing.
and Pride. Your privacy meets vision. Infrared
Whoa.
privacy protection with adaptable vision and comfort, and all-day protection from UV blue light, light adaptive, and
so-
identity guard, which is Zenny
That's
only.
amazing.
That
Literally
is
so
so
cool.
cool.
And it has a light
so
pink
smart.
tint, and that is just to hide your identity from scanners and things like that. For especially at protests or
Mhm.
any place that you might be in an area where you or your identity could be compromised. And just covering your eyes with these is so interesting. I was reading this ad and I
I
was
didn't know
like,
that thing
this
existed
is
either.
wild. And then I was
That is
thinking about the
so cool.
possibilities, and I was like, this is actually so important. And I love that they
That
have
is
something
amazing.
like this. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. You can add the sunglass part to the.
Yeah.
Yes,
I just
if you
finally got it
guys-
to connect on there.
If you
but
guys need something to make it so that you
That's
can't just be
neat.
tracked, then you need some of these.
Mhm.
Keeping ourselves
Stay
safe in an
safe
ever
out there.
increasingly AI-filled world.
Zenny said
No,
ally,
for real.
baby.
All of us
Mhm.
are rolling
Zenny
our
said,
eyes.
"Zenny said we're gonna protect you."
True. All of these glasses are
Yes.
super cute. I love the clip. I'm not great with clips, but I just threw it on the floor. But they're super cute.
Oh, it even
I-
has like a little protective layer. I'm loving
Okay, I can do
this.
this. Oh, it's
Yeah.
like magnetic.
I was just gonna
It's
say,
like-
Yeah,
It's
it,
fun.
and then
Other
there's like
glasses
the
as
little
well,
clip in the
they're not
middle.
ads.
Oh, there's a clip
just,
in the middle.
just bear with us, guys, while we take a quick break to try to remove the film.
Right.
It's all about fabulous nails. It makes it very
I
hard.
didn't get the gay genes where I was like good at like putting together stuff. I didn't
I
get
did.
that gene.
No,
I got you.
honestly,
we go.
relatable.
Ooh, okay, the sunglasses. Man, it's like a
And
blue.
the rainbow.
Hey.
These are stunning, and I'm living for how useful these will be if any of you do
Mhm.
decide that you want to go to those protests.
Yeah.
Keeping
You can add them
yourself
to
safe.
prescriptions as well.
Oh, that's so cool.
I need
Ah.
prescriptions, so I'm taking them off because I can't see anybody.
I was gonna say I can't see anything right now. People are talking in the chat, can't see it. You
These
guys
are-
can't see.
These are stunning, and I love that you can just clip,
Clip
the,
Clip
clip
on
the
sunglasses.
sunglasses on.
Yeah,
It's so
it makes it
cute.
so easy and like convenient too.
Look at that.
Hey, I could put them on
Sunglasses
like
now.
my actual glasses a little bit. That might be.
I'm really loving these red ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Try and catch me now.
Okay.
Exactly.
I'm
Exactly.
so sorry to everybody for the person I'm about to become on my streams because I think I'm just going to be wearing these. Sorry in advance, people.
These are so
No,
cute.
you're so cute.
Love
I'm just
that.
obsessed with this protect your privacy thing, and I love that it's on a glasses cleaner, so I can just.
And I love that they have like
talk about it all the time.
information.
Little microfiber cloth. Yeah, the back of it is
Can we
full.
just talk about how good that is as well for reducing waste.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We have all the
Right?
information we need on our cleaning cloth. No extra unnecessary things that we do not need.
Love this.
Exactly.
I love that.
But if you didn't want the ad, they did provide some little rainbow that Krista was talking about a minute ago. They're super cute. Little rainbow one.
Loving
Yeah.
it. Loving that. Okay.
You're so cute. Thank you,
Love
Zenny.
you.
Thank you, Elf.
Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
You guys are
So,
slaying.
if you guys would like, you can open up your It Gets Better packages because we're going to show you guys the Perfectly Queer game as well. We'll show that to you. While we do that, would you guys like to tell us a little bit about your fundraising campaigns that you have done for It Gets Better and what made you want to fundraise this year? I know that you guys have all got involved. Jen working with the Foodies team for the Global Summit, Krista fundraising through Gamer Pride, and Kay working through One Up Gaming Festival. Let's start with Kay.
Yeah. So One Up Gaming Festival is something that a dear friend of mine, Poison, put together. Started it up and had contacted me partway through a couple of years ago. They started with just doing September based charities with Starlight Children's Foundation, and then he came to me about doing more, and I think we all came into agreement of doing something last year for Pride, and I was like, you know what, a great charity you should check out is It Gets Better, and we did it last year, and then we did it again this year. We get a roughly 30 people, and we do this massive raid train, and it's very exciting and very fun to get everybody all together. Seeing all these new creators, we raise money all together, and we get that chosen family. Essentially, we get more people together. We get that big community. We show everybody that it does get better, that we're all together, and that you're not alone in any situation.
I love that. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that too.
Of course.
And thank you, of course, for your incredibly hard work doing something that is so important. So thank you. Jen.
Yeah, I've done quite a few different Pride events this month, one of them being a game show, one of them being a 12-hour event with like a bunch of different people. But then the one that I worked on with Fruities, specifically for It Gets Better, was their Pride Raid Train that they've been hosting every year. Fruities is a team that have a bunch of my friends and a bunch of creators and a bunch of people of all sizes in the team, just, you know, showing off their fruit as we are. And they get together and do a really fun raid train, which has been very popular in the last couple of years. And they really work together to showcase how important it is to work together for goals. And we get to meet a bunch of people, because part of Raid Trains is networking with new people, especially in the queer community. That's really lovely to do. And then we get to, you know, showcase a bunch of different ideas for raising funds. And we had people doing cosplays. We had people doing gaming, speed runs, panels. Personally, I played some games and yapped about It Gets Better. It was a really good time.
Amazing. Krista, would you like to share a little bit about yours?
Yeah. So I have been fundraising for It Gets Better for the last since 2023, and I've been working with It Gets Better for over 2 years now, which is really cool. And every year, every June, I like to put on our annual Gamer Pride fundraiser, GAY Gamer Pride, and it's been really it's been really fun. This year we hit over $1,000 raised for the charity, which is the most we've ever raised for this charity, which is really freaking cool. I talk about It Gets Better all the time and how much I love the charity. For our 1K goal, it was to dye my hair blue, and my hair is now blue for charity. And so it's been really amazing getting to meet new people and to come up with fun goals and incentives and get everybody talking about creating safe space for queer youth.
Amazing. You guys are all amazing. I'm in awe of all of you. Such wonderful people. Thank you so much for everything that you do for the community and for It Gets Better, of course. I know that everybody here has no doubt been around It Gets Better before, and we love them so much. We love everybody at It Gets Better. We love everything that they do, and we're so grateful to get to be able to support it. So thank you so much for all of your hard work with doing that. Now, I think you guys have your Perfectly Queer games open, right? Or you are in the process of.
I was, and then my cat decided to be a menace again,
That's fine,
climbing
no
on
problem.
stuff.
So for those of you who don't know what Perfectly Queer is, it is a conversation game through various different cards. It is award-winning, and if you do donate $75 or more, you will get a copy of Perfectly Queer, which will be shipped in July. If one of you guys would love to maybe open it up and read us a card, maybe give us an example.
Yeah, sure, I can. Let
While
me-
you're opening it up, it might be cool to read the back,
wait.
which is what
Yes,
the game is.
Jen, if you would
Is
love
that
to read the
okay?
back, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Play to clearly understand each other. Perfectly Queer is inspired by all the quiet things left unsaid, the awkward silences, and the conversations that haven't happened yet between queer people and the folks they want to get closer to. We created Perfectly Queer so that you can make deeper connections. Choose from 4 different conversation categories, each with their own unique question style and format. Choose the kind of interactions you want to have, whether it be lighthearted fun with friends, an initial start to see what sparks, or an intense emotional experience.
Thank you.
I actually didn't realize that the cards were packaged, so maybe somebody else can as I try and open.
First
Yeah,
off, it
no
came with a thank you
problem.
card, which is adorable. We love.
Yes.
It has a glossary. Comes
love
with
that
4
art.
different packages for the experiences that you want. As I was saying, there's the conversation starters, there's the emotionally intense experiences, and they all have different cards in them. I have a box knife next to me at all times, so I got you, Krista. 1 second.
Thank goodness you came prepared.
We're prepared.
I thought I was so prepared. I'm gonna have to get scissors.
The art on the boxes are fantastic.
So let's have an intense conversation, chat. Oh, the intense conversation is more packaging. Don't worry, my box cutters got it.
I am impressed by this level of preparedness. I need that. I need to do this prepared.
So, with your intense questions, we've got questions like, are there moments where you want me to be less obviously queer? And this is a conversation that is important to have because that could lead to conversations you enjoy having, conversations you don't enjoy having. But at the end of the day,
Mhm.
it's something that will help you understand the people who love you more, and the people who love you can understand you more. We have another one that says, what's the one thing you wish people would understand about your identity? One more intense question. Let's see. Is there somebody in your family or in our lives that you would prefer I do not disclose my identity to? Why not?
Oh, good question. Important
Mhm.
question. I like that. That's a very good question. The artwork is beautiful, isn't it?
It's really
I think the
so
artwork is
cute.
so gorgeous.
Showcasing
Fantastic. I
a
love it.
diverse range of people in ability, race, gender, love,
Mhm.
body size. There's so many diversity
Love
pieces,
it.
and this is a very cute art that represents a
It
bunch
is
of them.
it's so wonderful. So yeah, if you guys do donate $75 or more using exclamation point donate to find the link, you will receive a copy of Perfectly Queer, and it is honestly such a good idea if you're hoping to like
It's
break
so
the
cute.
ice. Yeah, exactly. If you want to explore more conversation topics with people, you want to get a little bit more in detail with your queer identity. It's wonderful. So you should definitely.
If you love gay
100% check it
people,
out.
you should donate.
Yeah. Yes.
The informational questions don't want me to get into the box, so that'll be one for later. But the other 2 are still available.
Ah. Let's see one that's maybe not
Oh,
quite
perfect.
as deep, maybe.
Right, yeah, I'm gonna go in
I
For
feel
for
that.
For those of
the
you that want to look more
introductory,
casual.
more casual questions, which is ultimately an experience that you might want to have with people. With a conversation
Mhm.
experience that you might want to have with people is just introductory. Everyone has different level of comfortability in talking about different aspects of their lives, and I love that it comes with multiple different opportunities to showcase those different aspects of the things that you want to talk about. So, it's an introductory question. How do you think growing up in a different time or culture or experience affected your body, affected both your understanding of gender and sexuality? Such having general conversations about gender and sexuality. Can you share a childhood memory where you felt othered or different from those around you? Um, and then we have each player describe what you're feeling during the coming out process. So good conversations to have.
I also
like
love that it came with a glossary. So
Yeah.
for someone, if you're playing with someone who might not know what non-binary is or asexual or just different LGBTQ plus identities, I feel like this is really good for like a parent or a friend or somebody you're playing with, so they can know a little bit better.
Yeah. Wonderful.
So I really
Thank
like that
you.
it came with a glossary.
It's amazing. I honestly, guys, it's a great game. I think you'll really
Mhm.
love it.
I highly
Okay.
recommend.
So, I would love to ask each of you, what does chosen family mean to you, and why do you think it's important to have an LGBTQ plus support system beyond relatives? Shall we start with Krista?
Yeah. I I think it's really important to have a safe space beyond relatives because there are some things that sometimes relatives just don't understand. I remember I'm a lesbian now, but I remember when I first came out as bisexual 6 or 7 years ago, my parents didn't really understand. They were like, "So you're gay?" I was like, "Well," I like both. And then when I came out as non-binary, they didn't really understand that either, and it was really hard to find comfort in that. And so I think it's really important to have friends or have just at least one person that you can confide in that really gets you, especially other queer people. It's really important to find that community and to find that sense of belonging so you have a space to go to.
Thank you. It's so
Mhm.
important. Jen?
Yeah. I chosen family is everything to me as someone who is largely estranged from blood relatives. And in a literal sense, I'd say chosen family is people that you choose to spend time with and closeness with who are not your blood relatives. And it's a group of people that see you and support you and love you, not in spite of who you are, but because of who you are. Like, you are exactly as you are and you don't need to be any different. Um, Especially in like queer spaces where like a lot of us experience rejection and misunderstanding. It's nice to have someone or a group of people who really understand and actively attempt, and it's just really nice. But yeah, just having that support system that like chooses you, and
Mhm.
people that you, it could be anybody. It's people you laugh with, you cry with, you game with. But yeah, just to be reminded that you're not alone, and that's what I
Mhm.
think chosen family is for me.
Thank you for sharing that. I love that. I
Yeah.
definitely agree. It's nice to have people around you who just you feel safe with and comfortable with, and they just understand you or relate to you in a way that maybe your family can't.
Yeah.
Um, it's so nice to be around people who just get it.
Yes.
Sure.
What would you say, Kay?
Yeah, chosen family for me. In the last like I don't know, my partner is the one who helped me discover that I was bisexual, and then recently coming out as non-binary. I've had my friends there for me. They are my chosen family. Have been there for me in the weirdest of ways that I've didn't think was a thing, like with online presence, being on Twitch and stuff like that for the last 6 years, and so and going through with everything. So like I feel like chosen family is there for us as our friends and people that we want to go to will be there for us for literally anything, with however many different identities you go through, or however many things that you have put yourself through, they will be there for you.
Yeah, thank you for
Mhm.
sharing that. Definitely so important. It's so nice to just have people who just always support you. And you don't have to
Mhm.
feel like you're constantly pretending or like it's I guess what we talked about in the Elf Cosmetics stream, you don't have to feel like it's hard work to be around them, or
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
it's difficult to exist with them, because existing is already exhausting. It's nice to
Mhm.
get to be
Mhm.
around people who you can exist with, who don't make you feel like it's work to exist.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
just like all of everybody here. It's so nice to be around you all. Um,
Mhm.
so, building upon that topic, why do you think it's important to have spaces on Twitch for LGBTQ plus people to come together? We'll start with Kay this time.
Oh, perfect, because it kind of bounces off of what I just had
Yeah.
said. Twitch literally has helped me become who I am because of my chosen family. So,
Mhm.
like when I first started, there's been like Banana Rose in the chat had said that I'm a big part of her chosen family, and that's she's mine. Like there, she is one of the biggest people in my life that has helped me through so much. And I think that's very important to have on Twitch to show that, you know, we've got that community, we've got that thing to put us all together and just make us feel welcome in any way.
Yeah. What about you, Jen?
I mean, it's important to have the spaces because Twitch is a wild place, affectionately.
Mhm.
And having queer-centered spaces on a platform like is kind of like, you know, building, I don't want to say a safe space, but like digital safe houses where
Mhm.
people can just show up as their full selves. Like their communities are not just about gaming, but like they're about being seen, celebrated, like understood, and like for a lot of people, especially queer youth, um, like Twitch might be the first place that someone heard like, "Hey, you're valid,"
Mhm.
and that kind of
Mhm.
representation on Twitch is important and it's necessary, and I'm happy to have it.
Yeah. And we're happy to have you here, creating one of your own, making
Whoa!
so lots of people can feel safe in your spaces too.
Mhm.
Krista.
I think it's really important to have safe spaces, especially on Twitch, because in a world that, especially right now, is trying to silence a lot of queer voices, I think it's important that we have such a big platform as Twitch that we can come together and we can, like Jen said, express ourselves and be our most authentic self. It's important that we use our voice and that we don't let anybody silence us. And so I think it's really important to have those safe digital houses that Jen said, so that we can all come together and have a good time, honestly, and get away from real life issues.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And another thing that we talked about earlier as well is that I feel like Twitch, especially, is such a nice place for these spaces because it's real time. We get to talk to you in the moment. You get to be part of our spaces. You get to feel welcome in them and become part of our families. And I mean, I'm sure many of you who are here right now are most likely viewers from various channels of ours. And you're all people that are part of our little families and our little communities. And it's so nice when we get to bring all those little ones together too, all those different external communities, and bring them all together. It gets better and
Right.
things like that, and learn more about other people's communities. So, on the topic of learning about communities, I would love to know, how do each of you usually celebrate Pride? What does it mean for you? And do you have any plans for Pride this year that you haven't already shared with us? I know some of you guys already touched upon them a little bit. It looks like Jen is very excited to share.
I feel like I'm always excited to yap. But pride to me is about like visibility and joy. And my space is really about bringing joy through myself, through the community, and things like that. But also honoring like the fight that it took to get here. I celebrate by being like unapologetically myself. I amplify other people to be 100% themselves. And when we create spaces where like people feel safe to show up as their whole selves, like whether we're like raising money or hosting events or just laughing, and I feel like I carry pride with me all the time because it's not just June where we matter, but yeah, I celebrate Pride a lot by hosting events and like creating spaces for people to come together and just do fun things and amplify our voices and just ensure that we all know that like we're allowed to take up space.
Mhm.
Mm, I love that. And not that I'm bitter or anything, but when you're being authentically yourself as well, it really sticks it to the haters, which I
It does.
really enjoy.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
really enjoy
Mhm.
the thought of the angry people in my chat seething when they realize I just don't care.
True.
So
Yeah.
100%.
that's
I'm like,
something I
okay.
enjoy.
I love a block and ban.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Mhm.
love a block and ban.
My
They're so
favorite
much
thing is
fun.
knowing that they have to just scream into the void and I will forget who they are in 5 seconds. It's one of my
Right.
favorite
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Mhm.
Not that I'm bitter, but maybe I am.
I don't know. I'm petty.
We're pretty and petty. What can we say?
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
What can we say? Krista, is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah. So pride to me makes sure um means showing up as my authentic self, but also sharing history about queer spaces and sapphic history, especially as a lesbian. I feel like it's really important to share those things. And like Jen said, I celebrate my pride year round. It's gay all the time here. Even so, we have a gay command to tell you how gay you are that day. It's something I never shy away from, and it's just something that is so ingrained into my community. And anybody who, you know, isn't like that or is hateful, they immediately get the boot. I do not have the time or patience.
Mhm.
And frankly, I don't care. I will toss them to the curb because my community, first and foremost, is a place where you can show up, be authentic, and be genuine and be accepted.
I love that. And I think it's really important that you mentioned the history as well, because not only
Mhm.
do we need to be aware of how far we've come, but we also need to make sure that everybody is aware of where we do not want to go back to. We have made such an
Exactly.
incredible amount of progress over the years. And even though I know we talked about this as well earlier, like how difficult things are politically at the moment for trans people and LGBTQ plus people in general. Um, I think that it is important when we have these sort of streams and events for us to remember that while yes, there are tough things going on, there's still fights and there's still battles that we're still having. We have come
Mhm.
so far and we are in
Mhm.
such a much better space now that even when I was just growing up online, like we didn't have these spaces for me to watch and engage in. I wish we did. I wish when I was a kid that I could have found streamers like yourselves to be able to be in those communities and feel
Mhm.
Mhm.
accepted and feel represented. So we have come a long way. So even though we still have to remember the fights that we still have, I think it's really important that
Mhm.
we remember how far we've come too. And so I
Yeah.
definitely think
Yeah.
remembering that history is so important. Is there anything you'd like to add to that, Kay?
If everyone said something exactly how I would have said it, honestly, but just the same, like pride. Like when I was younger, my mom always took me to a pride parade when we were younger. As I got older, I kind of stopped going to them, but I feel like those parades were very monumental in like the beginning of queer me trying to understand. I was always like, oh, I'm, ally, like that is me. And then as I grew up, I understood that it wasn't just that there's other things than just being gay. There's so much different queer umbrella of everything. So I feel like that was just a good like starting point for me as a kid.
Yeah, I think it's so important. And I realize that because we've been having such good conversations, I keep forgetting. But if everybody in the chat would like to, and also everybody here again, would you like to share your pronouns with us? Be authentically yourselves in the chat for a moment and tell us a little bit about
Mhm.
yourselves if you'd like to. Mine are she, her.
Mine are also she, her.
I'm she, they.
I am they them.
Thank you
I
for
love.
sharing. And thank you everybody else for sharing as well. So, unfortunately, as sad as it is, we are coming towards the end of our chosen family stream this time. But of course, Pride does not end at the end of the stream, and it
Mhm.
doesn't end at the end of June either. Your pride will go with you everywhere
Mhm.
you go, into all of these people's wonderful communities and all of your own communities, and every day that you choose to be your authentic self. And I'm so incredibly proud of all of you Everybody's here, even if you haven't come out yet, even if you're not in the position where you can share your identity. I love that you're here, and thank you so much for spending time with us and being in our space today. Would you guys like to share where everybody can find you? Jen, would you like to go first?
Sure. Yeah, you can find me at Jenna's Online everywhere here on Twitch. Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, once a week over on YouTube, every single day over on your short form content platforms. And if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, you can also find me over at the Overprepared DM. I have a podcast and a actual play game that I run. Hey, so I think it means I'm online all the time. You can find me everywhere, as my name
I would
suggests.
never have guessed
Never
that.
guessed.
I don't think I would ever have guessed that. I love that. Krista.
You can find me, Hey Krista, everywhere that if you can think of a social media app, trust me, I'm there. I do a lot of variety first playthroughs. I do speed runs for Last of Us. After this segment, we're actually going to be playing through Cabin Factory for the first time, which was an incentive from the It Gets Better charity stream. But yeah, just Hey Krista with 2 Ys. You can find me everywhere.
Thank you. And Kay?
You can find me here on Twitch. K is Faye with an underscore at the end. Unfortunately, when I came up with the name, I was not able to do the same name everywhere, but I'm usually K the Faye with the underscore at the end. And I play right now. My schedule is on Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Mondays are usually our crafty stream, or I'm playing games with one of my friends, one of my mods, and we're having all sorts of fun. And this is Alphino. I call him Alfie. He is also a menace to society, and he knows it. Yes, he does.
I love
He's
that.
he goes with the name very well, honestly.
He's so cute. I forgot to say, I'm live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Might be handy to know that.
And of course, you can find me B Players everywhere as well. I'm live here on Twitch Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So yeah, if you want to play Roblox, that's where you should go, because that's all I do, pretty much. And maybe some Overwatch sometimes. But if you watch me play Overwatch, I get salty and shout at people a lot. So
I'm the same way.
Sounds like the normal Overwatch experience.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is.
Normal Overwatch.
Anytime I am playing Overwatch, you will hear me say several times, "Why do I play this game?" And then I play the game again the next day anyway. Alrighty, you guys, make sure you also follow It Gets Better, of course, on the various platforms that they have. There's tons of resources on It Gets Better's website if you want to check out any of those. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. This was so wonderful. Thank you so much, It Gets Better, for asking me to host it this year. I feel very privileged, even though I was shaking the whole time. But thank you.
You did so well. You did so well.
Thank
so
you.
good. You did amazing.
And you are all amazing. And I'm so blessed to
God.
be in your presence. So thank you so much for being
thank you.
here. Yeah. We love you so much. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your effort, of course, this month for It Gets Better and beyond, and all the amazing things you guys are doing. And most importantly, thank you for being your authentic selves, because it's super important, especially now. So we're really grateful for all of you. Have a wonderful day, everyone, or night, whatever time it is for you, whatever you've got up to next and this weekend. I hope you have a wonderful time. If you have any pride parades that you are going to, or protests, or anything like that, stay safe. Follow all of Jen's wonderful advice. And I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful life, because I don't know when I'll see you next. So, thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful day. Sending lots of love to you all, and thank you all for being here with us.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.